Libra. Now for Libra ascendant, if you observe, Jupiter rules your 3rd house and 6th house. Now when Jupiter rules 3rd and 6th, this means Jupiter rules 2 Upachya house. 2 very important house related to your free will, very important house related to your ambitions, related to your capacity to work in modern environment, in the job sector, in the service industry. And such Jupiter goes in the 8th house. Now, if you observe the position of Jupiter with respect to Sagittarius, it is 6th. With respect to Pisces, it is 3rd. And with respect to 3rd house, therefore it becomes and goes in the 8th house, it becomes 6th from the 3rd house, and from the 6th house, it becomes 3rd. So from the 3rd, it is 6th, from the 6th, it is 3rd. Therefore, it is going to trigger the Upachya house, and it is going to force a change in your life that will shift the equilibrium. So status is going to shift, the power balance is going to shift, and a lot of good things will happen and a lot of surprising things will happen when Jupiter will move in the sign of Taurus. While Jupiter is in 8th house, it will aspect the 2nd house, it will aspect the 12th house, and it is going to aspect the 4th house. So Jupiter is going to aspect the trine of moksha. So it is going to force you to liberate the toxins. Otherwise, this is going to become too heavy for you. And therefore, if something is overwhelming right now, if something is becoming too burdening, understand that it may be the time to let it go. Another thing, you have to understand that when Jupiter is in the 6th house, Jupiter is the lord of the 6th house, and it goes in the 8th house, it's a Vipareet Rajyog. Vipareet Rajyog is a kind of a Rajyog which will work by creating, or if you are in an adverse situation. So if something is bad and it is happening bad for everybody, you will see the good thing. So that is why a lot of people think Vipareet Rajyog is a Rajyog that will execute in every possible scenario. No, that's not the case. What it means is that if you are in a difficult situation, the outcome is positive. If bad is happening with everybody, good will happen to you. That's called Vipareet Rajyog. It may also mean that you will be spared with little damage while others are suffering the major damage. So being a Libran, you also have to understand that Jupiter is also in a Venusian zodiac sign, and it is going to aspect your ascendant's lord Venus also. By aspecting the 12th house, it wants you to focus on your finances and cover the losses. By aspecting the 2nd house, it wants you to bring in financial security. By aspecting the 4th house, it wants you to get rid of the toxins. The decluttering must happen from the home, and you become a better person, somebody who is more calmer, who is more connected to healing, and who is following the path of guidance and obedience to God. Now let's start from the career perspective. From the perspective of career, Jupiter is going to trigger a lot of change, especially in your job. So if you are looking for a new job, if you want to change your job, if you want to change your domain, or if you're a businessman and you want to restructure your staff and you want to hire more people, you want to lean it out. See, changes are definitely going to happen in the role that you fulfill in your career. Even in your business, you may have more partners coming in, your role shifting. So control is going away. But a holistic healing and a holistic environment is building at this point of time. Which means that it is all positive. This change must happen because change is the only constant in the world. When Jupiter aspects your 2nd house, it wants to give you financial stability, but it wants to first bring in change. So as soon as Jupiter enters 8th house, it's like it's like annual cleansing of the house. A lot of things will reshuffle, a lot of old memories will resurface, a lot of unused things will come up, and you will realize, okay, this was an unused potential, this was an unused opportunity. And this is the time when the guidance of the other people matters a lot. So go for business consultancy, career consultancy, with an expert. It may be an astrologer, it may be a healer, it may be an expert of your own domain. Talk to the elderly, talk to the seniors of your own career, and this will give you a lot of good advice. You should also connect with your own life partner, because Jupiter is in the Vani Sthana, second house of your life partner. It will work wonderfully. Jupiter may speak through them. Listen to the feedback, listen to what public has to say, listen to what others have to say about you, and maybe you can become better. So you should have a robust feedback mechanism built if you are a businessman, and even if you are into a career, even if you're starting your business. Take a feedback, write it down, learn from your own actions. It's your third lord, and change what needs to be changed, quit where you are supposed to quit, restart or continue what you're supposed to continue. Because when Jupiter is in 8th house, it will not be visible to you. Now what will happen if somebody is of Libra moon sign? From your moon, Jupiter is 8th, so first of all, this kind of takes away the power of Jupiter. So you might feel that nobody supports you, you're not getting enough knowledge, you don't have enough support, but you have it, but you won't be able to see it. So every time when you feel down and out, chant Narayan Kavach, chant Vishnu Sahasranam, because Maha Vishnu is always with you in the form of Guru. Now aspecting the 12th house is a good opportunity for establishing business in a foreign country. If you want to expand, if you're into service industry and you want to expand to a foreign land, if you want to move out of your own domain, a very good time for you. If you want to buy assets, or if you want to buy commercial assets in commercial overseas assets, it can also be a good time provided your horoscopes Mahadasha or Antardasha approves. So first of all, career wise, this is going to be a changing, ever changing environment, something that is not constantly calm, but it is a kind of an environment where you have to be happy within the chaos. But this chaos is good for you. This change is good for you. Do not resist the changes that are coming. Second thing is that your juniors will not support you. So you have to change yourself, your attitude, and you will have to be a more team person, more a kind of a person who is going to give help when in need. And if you are an individual contributor, this may help you come out and become and work as a team. Because Jupiter in the 8th house wants to keep the knowledge secret, it also means that you will learn a lot of secret Vidya. Now, if you see Jupiter in the 8th house is also a kind of a planet that will give you knowledge of the other world, knowledge of the secret knowledge, advanced studies, something that is usually hidden. So you will see a very different perspective. You will have a knowledge of a very different side, which will help in your career, which will help in your profession, but also for educational purpose. If you want to become an astrologer, if you want to learn some tantra, if you want to learn and read scriptures, best time for that. Because 8th house Jupiter gives you an opportunity to go into the Ashtama Bhava and give your whole heart there. Your duty is to know the unknown. And also your duty is to keep certain secrets, and you should not boast about it. Maybe you are having some individual Kundalini experience, you are having some yogic experience. Don't go and share. Wait. This is for you. Now, from the education perspective, this is a very good time for research work, for data analysis. If you want to do research in market related studies, if you want to study about your diseases, if you're a doctor, if you want to move to kind of a medical science that is connected to the stomach area, gastrointestine, liver, this is going to be a very good time. With the perspective of health, you have to be careful. Jupiter is not going to take the happy route here. 6th Lord in 8th house. That means Jupiter wants you to learn the hard way. So if you are not taking health under control through yoga, lifestyle changes, contacting a proper doctor, contacting a healer, Jupiter might create circumstance that will force you to do so. So in this case, you need to be very aware and alert with respect to health and go for holistic healing. Ayurvedic healing, alternative healing therapies will work wonderfully for you because of the Ashtam. 8th house is something that is different, unusual. with respect to marriage, you have to understand that when Jupiter is in Ashtama Bhava, it might suddenly terminate a relationship or restart a relationship or even bring two partners closer. Here, go with the flow. And towards the end of the year, execute the marriage if you are into that situation and if you have a marriage yoga at that time. Obviously, it's a matter of astrological analysis, but because it is Ashtama Jupiter, it is not considered very favorable for marriage. But if you're already married, then you need to give a lot of importance to the words said by your spouse, because the word said by the spouse will be like a word given by the Guru. This can be an opportunity for people who are willing to start a business with their brother-in-laws, but avoid any controversy. This is a very good time to bring in investment. People will invest their money in your business, but you need to be careful, because after all, you should not go like give up too much of equity, or that those business things that you are losing control. Basically, do whatever you want to do, but you should know what you're doing. Tomorrow there should be no regret that why did I give so much of control? Why did I lose so much of equity? Why did I bring this partner? Jupiter wants you to learn a lesson here, and the lesson is that you cannot exercise full control of your life. But when Jiva Karaka goes in the Mrityu Sthana or Ayushya Sthana, it is going to bring a fresh lease of life in the most difficult, worst to worst scenarios of life. So this Jupiter transit in 8th house is more about recovery, more about security. It will bring financial security, but you will have to take some hard and bold steps to achieve the level of security Jupiter wants to provide you. Scorpio ascendant. Now in case of Scorpio ascendant, Jupiter rules your 2nd house and 5th house. When Jupiter is ruling two major houses in your horoscope, definitely this planet will become very important. Brihaspati is the planet of wisdom. It's the planet that gives you wealth and prosperity. And if this planet comes in Kendra, definitely that area of your life is going to expand positively, and the energies associated with that area will become highly optimistic, highly positive. From 1st of May 2024, Jupiter will enter your 7th house, and therefore while being in the 7th house, it will aspect your 1st house. So this is an overall development, not only of your 2nd house, which is wealth, 5th house, which is knowledge, but also from 7th house, which is public, which is surroundings, which is something that is not you. Through that, you will be expanding your own horizon and you will become a better version of yourself. So you have to understand that 5th house is all about knowledge, Vidya, and Jupiter, when it comes in the 7th house, becomes your biggest critic. When Jupiter becomes your biggest critic, it means information will come from all possible sectors. If you surround yourself with subject matter expert, you will be able to expand your knowledge. And if you consider this year as an year of learning, then definitely this Jupiter will give you a lot of changes in your life. Now, if you observe the placement of 7th house with respect to 2nd house, it is 6th from the 2nd house. That means there will be certain changes in your life because of the feedback given from the family, or because of some hurdles that you receive from the family, or there can be resource crunch, especially if you are doing a business. That means this Jupiter will force you to alter your way of thinking, and for this you should be thankful to Jupiter, because this Graha is actually there to fulfill your desire. If you see the aspect of Jupiter, it falls in the 3rd house and in the 11th house. Now observe the power of Jupiter with respect to career. Jupiter is aspecting your 11th house, and when it aspects your 11th house, it means it is going to expand your source of income. It will allow you to meet subject matter experts. It will allow you to meet people of, you can say, somebody who can help you. Your network circle will expand. Say you want to float your CV. And if you want to float your CV, you need people around you. You need people whom you can trust. This trustworthy angle of life will be developed when Jupiter will come in the 7th house. Now, when new source of income comes, this can be because of you being involved in an entrepreneurship. It's a very good transit for new startups. It's a very good transit for budding business. Even for large corporate houses, Jupiter transit in 7th house represents merger, acquisitions. This represents grand opening of new branches. This represents great expansion. This represents new contracts and new beginnings, especially because 2nd house energy is heavily dominating for Scorpio. Why? Because Jupiter, being the 2nd lord, sits in Taurus zodiac sign, which is the 2nd house of the Kalpurush, which means value system is very important for you. If your organization, if your team follows a particular value, you will grow. But if you are encountering a lot of issues in your team, if you're encountering a lot of challenges in your career, that means there is some problem with the value system. Maybe you're not liking the place, maybe you're not liking the domain or career. So seek guidance. This is the transit. Now, this is true for everyone. Whenever Jupiter comes in the 7th house, it means you need to handshake with knowledge. You may not be the one with absolute knowledge. Even people younger than you can give you knowledge that you have never heard before. So, let go of ego, let go of pride of success, and start learning once again. Career-wise, it's going to be a very good time. Business-wise, it's going to be a very good time. Anyone who is involved in Jupiterian way of business, if you are involved in gemstones, if you are an astrologer, if you are into Vastu, if you are into healing, if you are into pharmaceutical industry, if you are into education, technology, if you are into policy making, if you are into politics, Jupiter will expand your horizon big time. Financially, this is going to be a very good transit, but then initially there will be resource challenges for you and you have to overcome that burden, overcome that hurdle. Then you will be able to secure your space and you will feel more happy. But for that, 2nd half of the Jupiter transit is way more important. First half is more like building the place. 2nd half is more about executing your dreams and desires. The second aspect of Jupiter being in the 7th house is marriage. Why? Because when Jupiter comes in the 7th house is the house of partnerships. So in business deals, partnership is definitely the theme, but come to personal life, this Jupiter allows you to expand your family life. This gives you opportunity to go into marriage. This gives you an opportunity to resolve conflicts related to marriage. There will be financial challenges. So here is an advice. If you can become a partner in business, if you are doing a business with your life partner, great. If you are having any problems in life, solve it together. Because when Jupiter comes in the 7th house, it gives you that guidance, that criticism, that honest criticism will come from your closest partner. So respect each and every people who is saying something to you. It may be for your own good. They may or may not be experienced in their field, but it may be Jupiter speaking through them. And for people who are unmarried, for elderly, a Jupiter transit in the 7th house means that you need to be coexisting, you need to go into coexistence with nature. Go close to nature, visit temples, go to libraries. See, you have to surround yourself with knowledge. So whatever you can do as per your own capacity, do it. For young people, for students, I will definitely say visit libraries and keep on talking to elderly. Ask questions, because Jupiter in 7th house is like the Arjuna who is asking questions in the battlefield to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. The questions will be answered. When Jupiter comes in the 7th house, it is also a transit of wish fulfillment, because the trine of Jupiter is 3, 7 and 11. Jupiter also aspects 3rd and 11th house. It improves your communication skills and it makes you kind of center of attraction but ensure that you are becoming center of attraction for all positive reasons instead of negative ones. With respect to health, you will have to be a little careful. See, Jupiter has a direct aspect on the Lagna, which means it wants your ascendant to become powerful. It wants you to follow his way of life. It's like a guru, a teacher is right in front of you and he's watching over you. That means it wants you to be disciplined. It wants you to follow a certain kind of lifestyle. Now, I know that Jupiter is in Venus zodiac sign, so following a Jupiterian lifestyle may be a little difficult for you. But you may have to quit certain food, and this may be one of the restriction of the second house, because second lord is 6 places away. Now you observe the 5th house effect of Jupiter. 5th lord is third from itself, which means this is going to be a time which is good for couples who want to conceive children. Also, somebody who wants to learn business administration, this is also a very good time. This is also a good time for people who want to do PhD. But in all of this, you will have to take great care of your health, especially if you are eating too fatty food or highly oily food. Try to be as strict towards health as possible. Jupiter coming out from the 6th house, coming in the 7th house is a golden opportunity. This means you will surround yourself with like-minded people, visit yoga centers, go to the gym, and if possible, join meditation classes. This will encourage Jupiterian energy and Jupiterian aspect on the Lagna, giving you a new perspective towards life. Wait for Mars to become positive. Wait for Mars to join Jupiter, and you will see that will be one of the time where your ascendant will go under tremendous transformation, a positive one. And this Jupiter transit is not only wish fulfilling, but it is also a transit which will give you knowledge through experience. So don't expect everything to be very good. Things will be good, but there will be certain challenges. And with every those such challenge, you will be able to see the true face of people around you. That means some of your friends, some of your close people can become your enemy, or you can assume them as an enemy. That is why you listen everything, but start analyzing the knowledge. Remember that Saturn is in your 4th house, which means you need to slow down. Even if you get an information, take time to process that information and then take a call. Quick decisions will be bad for you. From 25th of August till 18th of September, Venus is debilitated, which means this is the time when 7th and 12th lord is debilitated. Debilitated means it is in your 11th house. This is the time when relationship challenges might rise. I will definitely make a video later on, but in this video try to understand that Jupiter is in the 7th house, but it is trying to solve things. Don't aggravate, don't engage into an unnecessary war. Try to soften the stand and see if things can be handled through a positive attitude. In case you are stuck anywhere, consult. 7th house is guidance coming outside your system. So you may need to introduce some learned people to go into a kind of a guidance and seek that guidance from an astrologer, a healer, a counselor, a subject matter expert, and even your parents. Totally depending up to you. A simple remedy here will be reading Vishnu Sahasranam every single day and fasting on Thursdays for those who can, for those who are healthy. For the elderly, I will say start chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and for kids, the recommendation will be to listen the advice of the elderly. Sagittarius ascendant. Now, if you see for Sagittarius Lagna, Jupiter is your ascendant lord. When Jupiter is your ascendant lord, its transit matters the most for you. Jupiter transit talks a lot about how your life will pan out, because it is you who is directly getting affected by any Jupiter transit, be it nakshatra transit or be it a zodiac transit. Jupiter was in your Aries zodiac sign aspecting your ascendant. Initially it was under Guru Chandal, and then it went free from the affliction of Rahu. And on 1st of May, Jupiter will move in your 6th house. Now this is very different kind of placement of Jupiter that happens every 12 years for Dhanu, Lagan and Dhanu Rashi. Now if you see, Jupiter is in a negative house, but it has a lot of positive role to play. It is also your 4th lord. Being the 1st and 4th lord, when it goes in the 6th house, it shows that you have a lot of things to complete. This is going to give you a lot of growth in your career, but yes, you will have to be very careful about your health. It's a great time to focus on holistic lifestyle. It is a great time to focus on planning your year ahead. It is a great time to focus on your direction of life. This Jupiter will expand your responsibility also. And this is good for you because this makes you more matured. This allows your ascendant to interact with forces of 6th house, giving an edge over others in competition. A very good time for students. So from the perspective of career, which is one of the most important aspect of this transit, when Jupiter comes in the 6th house, it expands one of the Upachaya houses. It shows that you will do a lot of investment in your business. It shows that you will do a lot of investment in learning platforms, in investing money and your time and effort into creating an ecosystem for you that will last for next 12 years. So don't see this Jupiter transit as a transit that you only want to extract in 1 year, but a transit that gives you continuously for next upcoming years. And therefore, it's the time to rework on your hierarchy. This is the time when the business people can work on hiring people, creating a team, as I said, ecosystem. This takes away the concept of one-man army, but it shows that a one man is leading an army. So for Jupiter ascendant natives, Sagittarius ascendant natives, Jupiter's presence in the 6th house gives you tremendous amount of career opportunities, expansion of role. Where the problem will be, say you will be given extra opportunity, extra role, that's a kind of a burden. You have to spend time, you have to maybe work a little extra. This is how the life is. This is how you can grow in your career. Jupiter has a 5th aspect on your 10th house and a 9th aspect on your 2nd house. Definitely this is going to run the business, run the career, and this will give you a tremendous amount of growth in the upcoming months. You will see whatever decisions you take within this particular time frame will impact your future. For a lot of people, this can be new dimension that opens up in their career, maybe a new domain, new opportunity. After all, it is 6th house, and 6th house is the house of service. So people involved into service industry will see tremendous boost. Now when Jupiter, which is teacher, guru in the 6th house, anyone who is into teaching industry, anyone who wants to become a professor, anyone who is into edtech, anyone who is into field of spirituality, holistic healing, who is into field of medicine, astrology, vastu, consulting fields will see great boost because Jupiter is the guru, and anyone who is sharing the data, sharing the information, this Jupiter will support you because you are a Jupiterian ascendant. And because Jupiter is aspecting the financial house, which is 2nd house, it shows that this is the year of reducing the debt. Now for business people, you can take the debt, but I will say use it wisely. Focus on hiring talented staff. Focus on building that team and building that ecosystem if you really want to run your business. If you really want business related loans, this Jupiter can help you. Because it is 4th lord, it can also give you home loan and a burden of debt, but a good debt will come on you. That will also change your life. It will make you responsible, and it will make you focus more on earning more. It will give you this calmness and stability in your career. But yes, it will expand 6th house properties. So you will have to be a bit more competitive. You will have to be ready to face stiff resistance and competition. You must be ready to change, and your attitude should be that I'm ready to learn irrespective of the situation, irrespective of the circumstance. So from the perspective of career, I will say it's a growth related transit. It's a transit that will give you new data in career. People who are involved into research work will also see tremendous amount of boost in their career. But if you're related to food industry, FMCG, you should be slightly careful because if you are related to some kind of food that is a little unhealthy, then this Jupiter in 6th house can create monetary problems for you. So try to move towards a little healthy angle of life. Not only you keep yourself healthy, but also make others healthy. Now going to the health area, Jupiter presence in 6th house really wants you to bring your attention towards everything that can hurt your health. It wants you to focus more on becoming more holistic. So yoga, pranayam is extremely important. Jupiter in 6th aspects the 12th house, which shows that there can be medical expenses or you can donate towards medical cause. That kind of takes away, because money will flow out of your pocket. Put it for good cause. Donate some amount of money to hospitals, to someone who is sick, someone who needs health improvements. And you need to slow your life in a way that Jupiter is expanding the 6th house, so delegating your work to the juniors, whereas you are keeping your time free so that your health can improve. If you are taking extra amount of stress, then there will be problem, because Saturn will be retrograde in the 3rd house and then Saturn will move in the 4th house. And the moment Saturn moves in 4th house in March 2025, it will start aspecting Jupiter with the 3rd aspect. That means you will be more prone to lungs related disease, slip disc, back pain, shoulder and neck problems. This can be liver related problems. Your weight might fluctuate a lot. So focus on your diet, focus on a very strict pattern. And if you do not follow your health correctly, if you do not work on your health, then definitely Jupiter will ring a bell in the 6th house. What can be done? Holistic lifestyle, removing the tamasic energies from your body, following the sattvic path, stopping yourself to eat after like late in the night. Don't consume junk food, and especially heavily oily or fatty food should be avoided. For some who are struggling for the weight loss, if you are Jupiter in ascendant, then this can help you follow a strict pattern, strict diet, and you can work on your weight loss. Because if you don't, this might give you an increased weight. So this is one angle where Jupiter being in the 6th house and 6th house being the house of enemies and health issues, you will have to be careful here that Jupiter should not expand this. Jupiter is not your enemy, it is you. It only shows that you are taking certain wrong steps, and because you are wrong in your own decision, in your own capacity, it's like a self-inflicted problem. So you should be very much aware of your decisions, where you are going, how you are going, where you are headed. Coming to the 4th house aspect of Jupiter. See, 4th Lord Jupiter is in your 6th house. This means people who want to build assets, who want to work on home loan, who want to buy a property can. But remember, this is 6th house, that means difficulties will come. Extra amount of loan, you might have to work for extra EMI. You need to be very, very cautious, very, very careful here. Otherwise, this will unnecessarily give you burden of loan and debt, and this entire year will go clearing that debt. So it's just about financial management. Now 4th house is also about your mother's health. It is also about your circumstance. So doing Vastu correction at your home, bringing more positive vibe in your home is extremely important. And for that you can use natural light. For that you can use natural incense sticks, prayer, keeping yourself very clean, and the northeast corner of your house should be very, very clean and tidy. Drink plenty of water, donate food are some of the ways by which not only you can be happy, but others can be happy. Your happiness will be driven from service to humanity. That's what Jupiter in 6th means. Now, Jupiter is also the Karaka of marriage. It is also the Karaka of dharmic activity, spiritual activity. And when it goes in 6th house, it shows that you have to serve the spiritual side of your life. You will get spiritual experience. So it's a very good transit for spiritual growth, for someone who is practicing Reiki, pranic healing, or any similar healing practice. Someone who is into PLR, someone who is more focused towards astrology, someone who is trying to serve using the Jupiterian way of life. On the other hand, because Jupiter is in the 6th house, this can interfere with the marriage aspect of life, and you have to be very cordial with your life partner. And as I said, this is Guru to 6th house. This will tell you the importance of helping and serving someone. So focus there and stop showing that pride or knowledge that you have, because the moment you show this pride that you know more, somebody will come and teach you that they know better. So I am good is okay, I am better than my previous version is okay, but I am better than the rest is not going to be okay. It is good to bring you out from depression, but this should not be the fundamental driving factor in your life that you are better than the rest. 6th house means I'm serving the master, I'm serving the Guru. It's a great opportunity to find a Guru and learn a spiritual art. So in this way, you can manage your relationship and balance your marriage also, because the first few months of Jupiter transit, say first 3 months, are going to be a little difficult for Sagittarius ascendant and moon sign. So, and somebody who is trying to go into marriage when Jupiter is in 6th house definitely shows that you are in a karmic marriage, which means your horoscope needs to be analyzed. What karma is pending, start paying that karma on a positive direction. After all, 6th house is your prarabdha karma, and the prarabdha karma must be cleared when Jupiter is in this house, and it will be cleared through Jupiterian way of life. That means feeding the poor, teaching the kids, going into reading the Shastras and serving the masters, the gurus, the siddhas. Now, because Jupiter will be aspecting the 10th house, your reputation will increase. People will know you better. But because it is doing from 6th house, your reputation will increase if you win the battle. If you remain Jupiterian in spite of all the circumstance, that means you need to hold your fort. You will also see that Jupiter, after taking your test, remember Jupiter in 6th house is like a teacher is taking your test. After you pass the test, Jupiter's aspect in the 2nd house is going to give you a lot of financial success, a kind of a financial growth that you have not seen before, something that paves way for a very bright future. So this is something that Jupiter will encourage you. Jupiter will motivate you to grow, but then you need to know your limits, because Saturn will be in the 3rd house. You need to also know your boundary, and you need to increase your capacity. So if you're thinking of a very smooth life, you will get a very smooth life, but then half an hour to 1 hour of every day must be given for spiritual practices. Capricorn. Now in case of Capricorn, Jupiter rules your 12th house, Jupiter rules your 3rd house. Now with 12th house, Jupiter wants you to focus more on what you can give. What responsibility do you have for the society? With 3rd house, Jupiter is controlling your initiatives. So Jupiter is controlling basically the start and end of your life. 3rd house is your first initiative. Say you go out in the workplace and you give the first interview, take the first call of your life. That is 3rd house. 12th house is basically where you are fighting for the losses. That's the exit. So see, apart from the 1st and 2nd, Jupiter is controlling the entire range of your life. So Jupiter, you may seem that it is not an important planet. It is actually the one which is in total control of your life. especially something that is out of your house, out of your personal space, out of your family range. So this Jupiter goes in the 5th house, and it is a very, very positive transit for you. A 5th house Jupiter will have an aspect on the 9th house, will have an aspect on the 1st house, and will have an aspect on the 11th house. Jupiter is the Karaka of the 5th house. Being in the inimical zodiac sign and in the 5th house, this will become a very, very strict teacher. That is, for Capricorn, this is going to be a time where you will have to be disciplined, you will have to focus more on knowledge, and you will have to focus more on, you can say, earning money, savings. You need to really focus on motivating yourself towards a bright future. Because there is a concept called Karko Bhavanasham, which will be applied to a certain extent when Jupiter will go in the 5th house. The Karaka of Jupiter, it's like a mathematics teacher has gone a full day to teach mathematics. Now he will obviously not worry about your recess, your lunch time. That class may extend. You may not like it, you may not like the way the teacher is teaching, but the teacher knows that it is important for you. That is why the information, the learning that you get in this 1 year is immeasurable, it's invaluable. For students, this is going to be a time where you will have to work very hard. Yes, the chance of success also is high. From the perspective of education, if you see that Jupiter being in the 5th house is giving you all possible knowledge. So if you are into career, if you're thinking about a career growth, if you're into corporate, if you are into business, try to see if you can get some certifications. Learn from the circumstance, learn from people's advice, learn and take feedback, improvise, adapt. That is the nature of Jupiter, because Jupiter's aspect will also be in the 9th house. Jupiter will also teach you the right way of doing things, the dharmic way of doing things. So you may plan your life in a certain way. When Jupiter comes in the 5th house, it will take it in a very different tangent. Now, with respect to career, if you observe that Jupiter is aspecting the 11th house, and when Jupiter is aspecting the 11th house, it is going to increase the chance of salary, of promotion. But you have to show that you learn more. You have to show that learning curve. You have to prove yourself. And I'm sure you will be able to do it because Saturn is stable in the 2nd house. The 5th aspect of Jupiter falls in the 9th house. So people who want to travel abroad for education or for career, this is going to be a great time. Jupiter also aspects your 1st house. That means your overall development will happen. You will get to know a lot of things that you lack. Your core strength and weakness, you will know that. And when you know that, you will be able to work on it. That will help you improve in your career. So there is a lot of direct and indirect impact in career when Jupiter goes in the 5th house. What should you do? Number one, never tell yourself that you know enough. Keep learning, keep exploring, keep finding new things, keep rediscovering things. Go back to the basics, brush up the basics. Even if you are the most experienced person, still go back and learn something. That is how you will be able to manage. And this transit will have highest impact to those people who have just completed their studies and have started their work. Because there is a lot to learn for you. And that learning is the theme of Brihaspati, Jupiter's transit in the 5th house. It is going to improve your finances. It is going to make you stabilize your income. So if you are not having income, or if you are struggling from contractual job to a permanent job, this can be a very good time for you. For businessmen, this is a very good time because being in the 5th, it aspects the 9th and 1st. So for the new startups, for new business partnership, this is a very good time. It's a brilliant time for someone who is into Jupiterian way of business. Like for example, if you're into education field, if you're a teacher, professor, if you're a doctor, if you're into ed tech, perfect time for you. From the perspective of health, when Jupiter goes in the 5th house, this can give you fluctuations in your body weight. So according to your body type and genetics, focus on a right diet plan. So you may have to consult a dietitian or an Ayurvedic practitioner to understand your body type and what kind of food is good for you. Now you have to also understand that your 12th lord is in the 5th house. When 12th lord is in the 5th house, this is going to bring in healing from various dimensions. First, sleep properly. If you correct your sleep, half of your problems might go away. Next, correct your food. It is in the 5th house. It can increase the diameter of your waist. That means you're gaining weight, which also means that you're overstressing because of Jupiter being in the sign of Taurus, and maybe the stress of, say, the teacher or the guru is of the stress of performance, the stress to meet the demand, the stress to meet the deadline is too high, and you're not focusing on your eating habits. So this is where the recommendation will be to eat slightly less, and if possible, don't eat after sunset. Whoever can do this. For others who are unwell, try to keep your diet simple, sattvic, and in moderation. Excess eating will cause bloating, liver problems, stomach related problems, digestive issues. So don't do that. Respecting teachers is very important. If you disrespect teacher, if you disrespect even Shukra, remember Shukra is also a guru. Even if you disrespect Shukra, you are going to face bad effects of Jupiter. This is also the good time to learn some Sandhya Vandana or Pratah Vandana from a guru. Reading Bhagavad Gita, reading scriptures is very important. And at least if you don't have nothing to learn, have a library in your home, sit in the library and start reading any book of your choice. Because learning can come from any experience, even from the experience of the writer who is writing a novel. So think in that manner. Your health will come if you are more aware about it. Your health will improve. Now this means that more and more awareness will come in your life, especially related to health and finance, which is a good impact of Jupiter. And I will say for Capricorn, this is like a big relief. From a very long time, Saturn was in a difficult position. Now Jupiter is there to aspect your ascendant after 12 years. This aspect itself has the potential to cut down 99% of the negative energy associated with Capricorn. All you have to do is correct your diet. If you drink alcohol and expect Jupiter to perform well, it won't. You at least have to try to be more and more sattvic in nature. Now, because 5th house is also connected to romance, relationship, Jupiter going there will tell you the truth about your life partner, the truth about marriage, the truth about relationship. This truth can be very beautiful, but also can be very harsh, and the reality may hit you like a wave, especially if this time you are shifting from Rahu to Jupiter Mahadasha. You need to have patience. But for general public, this means that Jupiter coming in 5th house will give you an expansion of your heart. It will give you greater capacity to digest emotions. That means you have greater time to absorb. So small problems in marriage and relationship you can easily avoid. You will become more mature to handle things. And this will bring in possible relationships, possible marriages. So if you're eligible and if you are in the right Mahadasha and Antardasha, this Jupiter can give you gain of a life partner. But this is Jupiter, mind it, not Rahu or Venus, who will block you in Maya. This is going to tell you the reality. That means you may go for an horoscope matching, you may see the true face of your life partner. Then you decide whether you are still accepting it or you have other ways to handle the situation. That means this can create separation. This can create breakups and heartbreaks, especially between the month of August and September when Venus will be weak. So be careful. If you really want to hold on to a relationship, this is the test. You have to prove yourself. Also, you have to understand the needs of your life partner. Now, Jupiter is aspecting the 9th house, which means the dharmic or the spiritual work will increase. So, this also shows that if you go and visit a temple, chant stotras, it will be a very good thing. After all, 5th house is the mantra bhav. Jupiter will expand the Purva Punya sector. That means you will be blessed and also protected. Not only that, Jupiter is your third lord, and third lord is 3 places away. This is called Bhavat Bhavam. You will be helped by your friends, by your neighbors, people around you. Your siblings will help you. Their life will become better. You will feel relaxed. So this is why I'm saying Jupiter transit in Taurus is a wonderful gift for Capricorn ascendant and for Capricorn moon sign. Just ensure that you are not living a Rahu's way. You are being led by a Jupiter. Aquarius. Now for Aquarius, if you observe, Jupiter is a very, very vital planet. It rules your 11th house and it rules your second house. So it controls your gains, it controls your salary, it controls your income, it controls your network circle. And it controls your second house, which is your family, which is your bank balance. So you see, both the wealth houses are controlled by the planet Jupiter. So for you, Saturn and Jupiter is like a big Rajyoggkari planets. Now Saturn is in your first house, it is Swagrahi, it is in Shashiyog formation. And the second and 11th lord is now going in your 4th house. Now this is extremely unique placement and a very, very positive placement, because when 2nd and 11th lord comes in the 4th house, it expands the happiness of the native. Remember that Jupiter is exalt in Cancer, which is the 4th house of Kalpurush. So Jupiter in this position allows your mind to expand and become more and more positive. And because it is in the natural second house, it gives you a lot of financial security. It gives you a lot of mental peace. It gives you happiness and creates a comfort zone for you. It will make things do as per your choice, and it will make things move as per your wishes. Obviously, Jupiter is your guru and it will decide things that are right for you. But you have to remember one thing, that Jupiter is going to work for your welfare. But how? It will make you quit unnecessary things in life. It will give you lessons how valuable life is and what is sattvic and what is tamasic. It will teach you the important lessons and it will take away any ill effect of Saturn, Mars, Rahu or Ketu. So if you have any problem related to Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu in your birth chart, Jupiter coming in 4th house is a blessing for you. Remedies done for these planets at this point in this year is going to be extra important. It's going to be very crucial for you. You know why? Because Jupiter aspects your 8th and 12th house. Now this is very important. This means that the resources that you have, the network circle that you have, the happy environment that you will get, the place that you will create for yourself is going to create a kind of an atmosphere that will take away your sadness, loneliness, that will bring stability in your life, and it will give you success in your career. Now understanding career, because it is a wealth related transit, definitely Jupiter is going to work on your assets. If you want to buy a flat, if you want to buy a property, if you want to build assets, if you want to buy gold, or if you want to say invest into some commercial property, you want to grow your business, you want to do something that improves your financial state, you want to bring in security to the family, Jupiter will allow that. Jupiter will help you on that. And because Jupiter has a direct aspect on the 10th house, you can say that this Jupiterian aspect is going to be extremely crucial for Aquarius ascendant and even more important for Aquarius moon sign. Now because Jupiter is aspecting the 10th house, it gives you a chance, an opportunity to get a career of your liking. Something where you are happy, something where your financial growth happens. So if you are looking for promotion, this may be the time when you will get the promotion. If you are looking for any change in life, this may be the time when you will get positive changes in your career. If you are looking for something, where you are going to focus more on being comfortable, being in your own space but still growing, this is the time. Remember, Saturn is also on your ascendant, which means this clubbed with Jupiter is going to make you very matured, very polite, very humble. It is going to teach you the importance of being in the present and excel in your career. Your reputation will increase. Your connection with your mother will improve. You will see that your connection with your father will become more important than ever. And also authorities, network circle, people who are learned, people who are big, people who are powerful, people who are subject matters expert will appreciate your presence, your confidence, and your involvement, especially if you are in banking sector, or if you are in real estate sector, or if you are connected to judiciary, creating reforms, strategy, like a guru, like a mentor to the society. You will be appreciated, and your opinion will be kind of a path breaker for many people. So Jupiter in 4th house is a very powerful position in spite of it being in a inimical zodiac sign of Taurus. From the financial perspective, this is a very good transit. The only problem is that because it is going to expand the 4th house and it has an aspect on the 12th house, you might assume that because you are in a good time, you can help others. Helping others is okay, but here you will go overboard and you might overdo things, which can be bad because people can take advantage of your good behavior. So be careful there. Groundedness and practicality should not be removed. Help, but to a level that is required, beyond which the help can also become toxic. Think about that. Now, because Jupiter is connecting to the Moksha trine, 4, 8 and 12, for spiritual growth, for moving to the path of Moksha, for taking spiritual energy into consideration, this is a very good time. People involving into healing centers, if you teach meditation, if you're an astrologer, if you're a Reiki healer, if you're a counselor, if you're into psychology, or if you're into any such holistic healing practice, Jupiter in Taurus will not only give you money, but also will give you an opportunity to create a space for yourself and grow. Jupiter is also the Karaka of 7th house, which is your spouse. So from spouse also you are going to gain a lot of things in your life, because Jupiter in 4th house is in your family. 4th house is your inner circle. 4th house is your heart, somebody who is very close to you. So Jupiter is going to expand that. That means everybody around you, your loved ones, are also growing. They are also very happy. A change of home is very much possible, and gain of real estate is really possible when Jupiter is in the 4th house. Especially for those who are Aquarius ascendant or moon sign and are running Jupiter Mahadasha or Antardasha, this Jupiter transit will be a path breaking transit for you. Now, because Jupiter will be aspecting Virgo, it will bring more stability, it will end wars in your life. And remember, Ketu is in your 8th house. Because of Jupiter coming in 4th, it will aspect the Ketu, and therefore spiritual growth will happen. You will leave the Tamas and you will move to Sattva. Now 4th house is also your benevolence, your connection to the society. So this also shows that your role, your responsibility in the growth of the country, in the growth of the nation, society, humanity is very important. And this is where you need to sacrifice, because it's Moksha trine. Jupiter will force you to sacrifice few things. So if you want to quit smoking, if you want to quit alcohol, if you want to quit something, this Jupiter can silently help you. I won't say that this is a transit that will push you towards that, but this can silently help you. Lot of discipline and lot of hard work will be needed for that. But yes, you will get guidance, you will get support, your family will support you, and you will get that ecosystem that takes you forward in that direction. So spiritually, this can be a very evolving transit. Spiritually, this can be very supportive transit. You may go to an ashram, you may visit a temple, you may get blessings of Guru. Everything is possible while Jupiter is in the 4th house. Now one more thing. When Jupiter transit is considered, you have to consider that your way of life should be Jupiterian. That means no alcohol, no substance abuse. Live your life in a very dharmic way, in a very spiritual manner. Use a lot of citrine crystal. You can also use rose quartz, clear quartz crystals during this time. And also, when you are earning some money, try to expand your assets rather than spending a lot. because when you buy an asset, that will give you a better return in the future, but for now your cash is going out. So anyway, it will appear as if you are spending something, but this is the time to acquire assets. Your liquid money will go down, but your assets will grow. It's a very good time for someone who is into agriculture. For health also, this is going to be a very good time. In fact, best time, because Jupiter's aspect falls on 8th and 12th house. This can be life-saving for a lot of people. So take care of your health. Your recoveries are possible. You will get good doctors, good connections, good gurus, medical gurus who will help you. When I say medical guru, that means maybe some extremely well-renowned doctor, medical professional that can give you advice that will surely save you from a certain disaster, health-related disaster. But yes, you will have to follow the advice. You will have to show humbleness. You will have to show that you are following the path of Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga or any other form of Ashtanga Yoga will be really helpful for a lot of people. Also, go to temple every day. See, Jupiter in 4th house means Guru in the institution. You will get the information, you will get the knowledge. When you get out of your house and you go to the nearby temple, wherever it is possible, and just be there for 10 minutes. Pray, but be there. Absorb the energy in the surroundings. For those who can, I will say buy Shankh and do Shankhnad in your home, blowing the conch. Use the power of bells, Tibetan bowls. Sound healing will be a very good therapy for a lot of people. And also, if you keep on doing Naam Jap, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. If you do constant Naam Jap, this is also going to improve on your health, especially your mental health. Somebody who is in hospital and is hoping for recovery, this Jupiter transit is hope for you. This Jupiter transit will also work on your heart-related matters. It will improve and make your heart stronger. If you are having lungs-related problem, this Jupiter transit will work on your lungs and it will give you a lot of Vayu. So do pranayam. Pranayam is going to be one way of healing which will work wonderfully when Jupiter will move to Taurus. Quitting smoking is extremely cautious. Now for students also, this is going to be a very good time. For elderly, this is going to be a very good time because Jupiter will be in Kendra. Your 11th Lord is in 4th house. Your income and your happiness will be connected. You will buy stuff for your family. You will buy things that you like. Someone will be like, I am passionate about iPhone, but I am not buying the iPhone. Just give an example. You will go and buy it. But be careful that if you are buying an object, maybe that will not give you permanent happiness. So look for things that give you everlasting happiness. Meditation, Om, Om, Om. Om Jap is going to be very helpful for you. Do not forget that whatever happens, Saturn is in your 1st house. And therefore you need to understand the boundaries of Shani Dev. It no longer aspects Jupiter, but Jupiter's 10th house has Saturn. So a guru will take strict measures. So this is kind of test for you. Clean your home, declutter your house, do not eat on your bed. Be careful when you are sleeping in the daytime and try to make house as clean, as sattvic as possible. Clean your toilet, remove Rahu from your house, remove junk, do not consume junk food. Treat your body as a temple and respect every single living soul. That is how you will improve Jupiter transit in Taurus. Pisces ascendant. Now for Pisces ascendant and moon sign, you are ruled by Jupiter. So is your 10th house. When your 1st house and 10th house is ruled by the same planet, it means you are a very karmic person. It's all about karma for you. And Jupiter coming in the 3rd house talks a lot about your duty and your responsibility in the society and among the people who admire you, who rely on you, who are dependent on you. And you, as a human, has to evolve, grow, not only spiritually but also financially, also career-wise. And Jupiter transit in the third house for 1 year will act as a blessing, but will also expand your initiatives, would want you to develop and grow into a better person, a better human being. And Jupiter wants you to follow the path of dharma and karma, because it is the karma lord, 10th lord Jupiter, sitting in the third house, aspecting his favorite house, 9th house. 3rd, 7th and 11th, 3, 7 and 11 are the houses which represents the trine of desire. All your initiatives, your efforts towards your desire happens in the third house. When Jupiter goes in the third house, this is the desire for true knowledge. This is the quest for knowledge. This is your expression becoming more finer, more attractive, more beautiful. So it is going to be greatly impacting all those who are into teaching, who are into preaching, who are into astrology, who are into writing, who uses their communication skill for betterment of society, for their own career goals. And for Pisces, you coming in the Earth zodiac sign like Taurus shows that you are becoming more and more stable. Especially if you're a Pisces moon, this represents that you are trying your best to create security of mind. Now, whether you will be successful or not totally depends upon the state of Jupiter in your birth chart. If Jupiter is positive in your birth chart, then definitely this is going to create a lot of positive atmosphere. Jupiter being in the third house will also aspect the trine of desire, 7th house and 11th house, which ensures that if you take the right steps toward fulfillment of your goal and desire, you will reach your destination. And that is where Jupiter will do the karma. It will ensure that you, while not only becoming more secured, more peaceful, more stable, you also achieve your goals and become happy. This is more like a wish fulfilling transit for you. Now, when your 10th lord comes in the third house, it means career related initiatives will be taken during this time. The initiatives may be forced. The initiatives may be something that you don't want to take right now, but maybe it is necessary. So a lot of people who are Pisces ascendant and Pisces moon sign will go under tremendous amount of changes. Your expectations will change, your patterns will change, your approach will change, your communication pattern will change. So from the perspective of career, it's a very good transit. It's a transit where you might also test your luck, but that won't be a great idea. If you want to follow something of your passion, if you want to get out of your current job and pursue something that you always wanted, plan it out and plan for at least 8 to 9 months before you take that step. You should take that step, if possible, when Jupiter comes in your 4th house. 3rd house Jupiter wants you to focus well, prepare well. It is more like a transit of great preparation before the actual impact comes. When Jupiter goes in your 4th house next year, it will directly impact your 10th house. That is a far more impactful period, but that period, if it is going to create a 10 times impact, all the preparation will happen now. So students who are preparing for entrance examinations, students who are preparing for interviews, candidates of senior roles who are preparing to move into different executive leadership roles will see tremendous amount of learning happening during this time. You will have to have that learning curve, because only and only then you will be able to speak out. You will be able to project your knowledge, because projection of knowledge is extremely important when Jupiter goes in the 3rd house. Now when Jupiter is going in the 3rd house, it shows that this Jupiter is going to be a little bit unstable, and therefore you have to be very careful when you are taking any decision, because Jupiter is going to be a little bit defensive. It would want you to bring security before you take risk. So risk taking appetite will reduce, which might prohibit you to even take some positive actions in your life. And this is the reason why transit of Mars is very important, When Mars is moving in a positive state in the transit, you should take the call. And obviously, depending upon your Mahadasha and Antardasha, we are only discussing transits. If Mahadasha Antardasha is good during the Mars positive transit, take the call. Like when Mars is in Karka Rashi, be careful. Now, Jupiter aspecting the 9th house also shows travel related to career. This shows that your initiative should be non-local. If you want to travel abroad, it is going to be very good for you. If you want to travel abroad for studies, it is going to be very good for you. It shows that you are also buying vehicles of transport, people involved in transport sector, transport industry, people who want to work for railways, people who want to work in, you can say aviation industry, very good time for you. Also, Jupiter in the 3rd house kind of makes you a little bit of perfectionist and a little bit paranoid about knowledge. So what you will have to do is you will have to ensure that you should not put yourself in the driving seat always. Sometimes you will have to see that you are trying to learn rather than trying to project the learning. Projection of learning is good, but you should also be ready to learn. You should have that student angle in your life. Also, Jupiter will be aspecting the 7th house, and when Jupiter is aspecting the 7th house, it is going to help you grow your business. So if you are preparing for growth in business and trying something very radical, very different, it is a great time for you, especially because Ketu being in the 7th house is now getting the aspect of Jupiter. So any damage done by Ketu can be reversed or at least controlled by the aspect of Jupiter. And Jupiter aspecting the 11th house shows positive energy coming your way, salary getting increased, promotion on the card, traveling on the card. For IT people, on-site travel is possible. For a lot of people, this might be rotation of shift, maybe a promotion into a different domain. A lot of activity is happening, but you will have to initiate it. It won't come automatically. You will have to work hard for it. It's a 1:1 relationship in your life. So don't try to test your luck rather than do all the hard work. Your physical involvement will always be necessary when Jupiter is in the 3rd house. It might be a bit draining, so expand your health. Now coming to health, Jupiter in the 3rd house will aspect your house of gains. So through your own physical involvement, you will have to take control of the situation and you will gain. That means if you want to go for a diet, you don't be dependent on anyone. Jupiter in the 3rd house kind of forces you to be independent because the help might not come the way you plan, and therefore you take your call. You take the first step and you move forward in the right direction. With the perspective of health, this is only going to work on a positive way. Jupiter being in the 3rd house, aspecting the 7th house, corrects your lower body problems. Anything below the waist, till the ankle, till the feet, if you are having any problem, this will correct those issues through yoga. Posture correction is extremely important. Spine related yoga should be done carefully during this time. Also, because Jupiter is in your 3rd house, offering flowers to God, lighting a ghee diya, using chandan tilak, and also donating food with your own hands, doing yajna, doing some japa with a mala under the guidance of a guru is extremely important to improve the power of Jupiter. Also, keep your hands clean. Use your hands to clean your house. If possible, give service in the temple, in a place of spiritual interest. And that will keep you humble and will allow the Jupiter to remain clean, and it will give you a lot of security. And there will be a guidance coming your way that will keep your mind secured during this time. From the perspective of marriage, because Jupiter will be aspecting the 7th house, this is going to trigger marriage yoga in Pisces ascendant and moon sign for eligible bachelors. And even if you want to go for second marriage or resolve conflicts in marriage, Jupiter's aspect in the 7th house will really help you in the long run. Because Ketu's energy was making things go very bad. Jupiter's aspect will try to make it more adjusting in nature. So something that can be adjusted and managed will be adjusted and managed. And in certain cases, if separation is something that Jupiter thinks is the right answer, separation will happen. But Jupiter aspecting the Virgo zodiac sign is good in conflict resolution and finding a safe space for yourself. But remember, this can also sometimes make you very selfish. So don't be very selfish. Try to also listen to the other person's problem, their problems and their point of view. You should be first looking at point of view of your life partner before you pressing your point of view. This is the only way you can outweigh the Rahu's presence in your first house. Jupiter moving aspecting the 9th house also shows that this is going to be a kind of a spiritual journey for you and your life partner, and if you do that, you will be in a very better space. Do not involve a third person, third party unless absolutely necessary. For a lot of people, this will be a marriage yoke, so marriages will happen because of the because of Jupiter aspecting the 7th house. But this can also mean that you and your life partner are trying to start a new business. You are also getting a spiritual companion which will trigger your spiritual journey, and all this is possible slowly over a period of 1 year, depending upon your Mahadasha Antardasha. For some it may be in the beginning, for some it may be in the later stage of Jupiter transit. Jupiter in the 3rd house also gives you an edge over competition. So for students, it's a very good time. For you students, I will say pray to Ma Maha Saraswati so that your Vak Shakti, your throat chakra becomes very strong. Do not speak ill, do not abuse, do not, even in jokingly, do not give any abuse or use filthy language, because that will completely destroy the Sattvic Tattva of Jupiter. Try to be as polite and humble as possible in your communication and work on your soft skills. Maybe you have to take some training, but take it. This is how your career, your overall personality will grow. Remember, this is not just about career and marriage. This is about you as a human, as in total. Now, the only time you will have to be slightly careful with respect to transit is 25th of August till 18th of September. This is the duration where Venus is debilitated. That too in the 7th house, Virgo with Ketu, although Jupiter is aspecting it. This means this is the time when something, maybe relationship, maybe business, some aspect of your business or career or marriage will end and a new chapter will begin. This means spiritual growth will save you. So start chanting Lalita Sahasranam every day. You can also pray to Bhagwan Mahavishnu by chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. This is a general remedy for Jupiter in the 3rd house. Your Uchcharana, your pronunciation should be pure and you should practice it daily. Therefore, your throat chakra, your Vishuddhi chakra becomes more prominent. And for a lot of people, this will be gain in intuition. So your sixth sense will grow, which will favor you if you are an astrologer, tarot reader, or any such psychic healing practices. So overall, Jupiter transit in Taurus is going to bless you, will fulfill your desire, and is extremely auspicious for Pisces ascendant and moon sign natives.